That's loud. Ready? Okay, it is 4:31 on Thursday, April 28th, 2022, and I call this meeting of the Meridian Historic Preservation Commission to order. Roll call. Blaine Johnston. Here. Tyler Ricks.
Here.
John Dinger.
Here.
Jack Keller. Not here. Pam Jagosh. Destiny Hart.
Here.
Thank you. Jody Alt.
Present.
Hi, Jody. How are you?
I'm doing great. Sure glad to hear you guys.
You too. Before the adoption of the agenda, I need to amend it to add item 6, to approve an expenditure for some A-frame signs, and we'll get into that. So with that, for the amended agenda, do we have a motion to approve?
Mr. President,
Is that
I
Jody?
move, yes, it is. I move that we approve the agenda as amended.
Motion by Commissioner Alt, second by Commissioner Ricks for adoption of the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Approval of our minutes from March 31, 2022.
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Rick, seconded by Commissioner Dinger for approval of our minutes of March 31st, 2022. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Approval of our monthly financial statements. Cassandra, anything new on?
I don't believe so.
Thank you.
I second.
Motion by Commissioner Rick, seconded by Commissioner Dinger for approval of our monthly financial statements from March of 2022. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. Old business. Discuss planning for May 2022 Preservation Month. Walking tour schedule, coordination with Pine Tree School volunteer for Saturday, May 14th at 10 a.m. as part of the Unplugged and Be Outside events. And presentation by Eric Garvos on brief history of Southwest Idaho railroads on Wednesday, May 18th at 6 p.m. And then we also need to put out some A-frame signs. So we were asked to do a walking tour on May 14th as part of the Unplug and Be Outside events. I will be here to lead a tour or two. I met with Cassandra earlier. We picked out some buildings that we will walk to. Is anyone else going to be available on the 14th? Quit moving your camera, Cassandra. Anyway, anybody else gonna be available on the 14th? That's a Saturday.
Mr. President, sadly, I won't be, but I just reiterate again, I would love to follow you around one day, Master. of Words.
That's fine. I'm not a master, but, and I'm still working on my cheat sheets for that. So I will, when I get that finished, I will email a copy of that to everybody. So. I think Commissioner Hart at one time said she was available on the 14th. Is that still true, Destiny?
Mr. President, yes, I am available. I would need some training, but I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. That will work for us.
Mr. President. Mr. President, on the May 18th event, I don't know if we talked, where would that be located? City Council will be having a city council meeting that night. So our code doesn't allow us to meet on the Tuesday of the primary day. So
Okay,
the council meeting will be in here at 4:30 and 6 o'clock that night. But I mean, assuming room A and B were available, so we could do it in there.
that's our plan, was to do A and B.
Okay.
And then,
Did we already
Sorry,
reserve that?
I just missed that.
So the 18th, the evening event with,
The room A is reserved.
okay, great. Yeah, I didn't know if the commission knew that council had council meeting that night, so we couldn't do it in here.
that does bring up a question though, because, Eric's was gonna bring the school bus down. Do you think that's gonna be an issue in the parking lot to have this old school bus in here?
I don't think so. I mean, it's the one with the.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not that big.
No.
No, I don't see that. I mean, I don't know what's on the agenda at this point in time, but right now I don't anticipate we don't have usually that many cars in the parking lot anyways. I don't really see that being a problem. At worst case scenario, he could park it on the street.
Mhm.
Probably the ones on the north side of I guess would be the east side of the driveway. You know, there's like
Right.
3 or 4 spaces there.
You just park it in
He's
line.
just in line, yeah, there. You can park
Okay.
it in there. It's not gonna bother anybody. But yeah, I don't anticipate a problem.
Okay, yeah, we have a room A reserved, A and B reserved.
Just reserved room A, and this is for Wednesday. Oh, council's meeting on Wednesday.
That week, because the primary is on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
And our code doesn't allow us to meet on the day of a primary election. So we have to meet the next day.
Maybe we'll get some extra traffic.
Maybe.
Yep, okay, perfect. So then on the 18th at 6 o'clock, if you can plan to be here a little bit early to help us set up, and help Eric's with his presentation at A, and then he'll have the old school bus parked outside, and I'll have cheat sheets available. So if we want to do a walking tour, we can do walking tours, weather dependent, and how much participation we get from the public. So we'll just plan on that. Does anybody have any questions regarding those two events?
Did you say the 18th?
Yes. At 6. So Tyler, I will try and find an old picture of the school bus.
Okay.
And so we can post that to social media. Work with Cassandra on getting some information from Eric's on his presentation, so we can get that information put out also. Also, I've asked Cassandra to repost the video that we did for our walking tour app and put that back out on Facebook. Also, I don't know that you can load that to Instagram.
Yeah, it can be posted as a Reels.
Okay. I think that would help out also, so. It'll be a busy month for you guys, for us, for posting, so we may do more than just our regular Thursday.
And Tyler, if you could work with me to point out which video it is, that'd be helpful.
Perfect. With that, any other questions? Okay, we will go on to reports. Number 4, update our history walking tour app. Cassandra?
Yeah, so there were some questions in the last meeting about how to update it. And I did actually have the story. It used to be called Tour Buddy and now it's changed. And so it's the story app. And so they reached out to me because they had to renew it. I don't think it's on the financial statement, but we did renew it with the city. So that will be on the next financial statement. So it's that's $1,000 a year expenditure. So that's been renewed. And I am actually have the updating. I do the back end of that. And so if we had something that we wanted to add to it, then I would just need to get the content and I would be able to do that.
Okay. So besides the canal that was presented to us a couple of months ago, if we can think of anything else that we want to add to that app, I do need to reach out to brain freeze, can't think about it. Used to be MDBA, the Business Association, because part of our tour app shows businesses. And we need to get that changed. So I'll reach out to those guys and see if we can't get that updated. Also, and I'll get that to Cassandra. So,
Chamber of Commerce.
yeah, so. Any questions regarding our tour app? The only other thing I can add is when we do our postings, please like and share them, because you have followers that we don't. So that just gets more interest in what we want to do. So enough preaching for me. Number 5, update support letter for Meridian Speedway nomination to the National Registry of Historic Places. So SHPO had some questions for TAG. They answered them. And
then they had sent them by the deadline and then SHPO had a few more things and I got in touch with Barbara. And so has a couple more things to add before it goes on to the Historical Sites Review Board. And then SHPO also asked, usually there's a support letter which we drafted and Blaine has signed and now is just waiting for the mayor's signature and then I'll get that out to the State Historic Preservation Office.
but that hasn't hurt because we're behind the actual date. That's not going to hurt us any.
Oh, no,
Okay.
it's going before them June 1st. So,
Okay.
or June. It's a Saturday in June.
Okay. Are they going to let us know their decision at that time?
Barbara will be attending, so she will report back to us
Perfect.
probably sooner than we will get the official notice.
Mr. President,
Mr. Dinger.
go back to number 4 for a second.
Yes.
So I spent some time looking in the app and I really liked it. The one place where I think it's lacking, if we are looking to do edits or updating, is could we look and see what historic photos we have of those spots and add that to the app so we can see what they looked like back 100 years ago or something like that. That's the only.
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the only update or thing that I think would really make the app pop even more.
Yeah. Yeah. We can add old photos.
And does Tyler, do you have the old photos or where do you find most of those photos? Do you have that?
Yes, we can do that. Okay. Any other questions on items 4 or 5?
Just so I can understand, 5 or
Mhm.
just wanna make sure. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Item 6, for the walking tour, I met with Cassandra the other day and watch your cameras. We have these A-frame signs we can put out. That we can put out in front of some of the buildings. We need to purchase 3 more. Cassandra reached out. 3 of them will cost $225. If she orders them tomorrow, she'll have them here for our walking tour. So we need a motion to approve an expenditure of $225 for 3 A-frame sandwich board signs.
Mr. President, I would move to authorize the use of $225 for 3 A-frame signs.
I'll second.
Motion by Commissioner Dinger, multiple seconds by Commissioner Ricks, and I think it was Jody, to approve an expenditure of $225 for 3 A-frame signs for walking tour. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. So Cassandra, if we can do that first thing in the morning, we'll be set. Perfect. Quick meeting, guys. Thanks. Future meeting topics, discussion, identify significant Meridian sites to nominate for National Register of Historic Places. This came from SHPO, so we need to look around and do some research, see what other places. Besides the Mill, I know the Masonic Lodge had been mentioned at one time as a possible spot to look at. So think about what's around Meridian. And if you go to the National Park Service website, it's kind of convoluted to get to it, but you can see what is listed in Meridian. And what still exists, what doesn't exist anymore. To my knowledge, I'll have to go back. I don't think like the Rice Pharmacy building is listed. But we'll just do some research. So just do some checking and see what we think. And then we just have to do the process like we've done for the Speedway. Unless someone to go through, do a survey, do the history on the building and see what we can do. The other thing we need to think about is Brandon Hull from Hull Films, who does all of our photography. Would like to do a presentation for us possibly next month on some stuff. So again, think about some buildings, locations around that we would like to photograph that we can put not only on our website, but also add to our walking tour. So, any other things you guys want to talk about in the coming months? I know the Idaho Heritage Conference is coming up, I believe, this fall. And I'll have to go back through my emails and find out if they're going to do any virtuals. I think it's live also. Mr. Neri, do you know what the city's policy is on travel right now? I think it's in Pocatello.
Right now, I don't think we have any restrictions on travel.
Okay,
I think we've gone back to where we were prior to COVID. So I think travel's okay. I think, within the budget, I think all of that stuff's fine, but there's no restrictions on travel.
Okay. So that's a possibility also is maybe going to the Idaho Heritage Conference. I've been to one in Moscow. It's a good event, specializing more in Idaho history than from national. So, but it's another resource that we can use for our continuing education that we need to do and learn what the state's doing. So.
So, Mr. President, I had a question about the, how to complete the research for the nomination for the National Registry on some of those properties. So are you, is the hope that the commissioners might go out and sort of think about the sites and look at what they would like and sort of present those at the next commission meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
And we can do it on the 18th, when we do our walking tour. We can walk around. If the commissioners are with us, then we can just kind of look at them and make a note. And on the 14th with Commissioner Hart, we can walk around and because we'll be walking past some of those buildings. So yeah, take a look at them, see what you think. That's all I got. Any other questions? Commissioner Jacobs.
On the 14th, where will we be meeting?
Here at City Hall. Yep.
And so the 14th is the Saturday advertised one, and on the Unplug and Be Outside, it says 10 o'clock on the steps. And just to let you know, there's also the Main Street Market going on Saturday. So it might be a very nice place to, if there are people, to sort of see if there's random interest gathered from some of the Main Street Market folks.
I just thought of this, and I don't know if there's going to be space. We have a banner somewhere that says Historic Preservation Commission. Do you know where it's at?
I didn't see anything. It was, I was able to track down all of those signs, but I didn't see any banners.
It would go like on a table, and we could clip it to a table.
Okay. I'll look around and see if I can find anything that's like a banner for a table, because that would be a nice thing to put out to sort of show people, here's where the walking tour is.
Yeah, that would at least give us, even if it's not manned, we could put a little table up that says Historic Preservation Commission or whatever. So, yeah, if we can find it, if you don't want help, let me know.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Any other questions for the commission before we adjourn? With that, our next regular meeting will be the 26th of May. So walking tour on the 14th, Preservation Month walking tours and presentation will be on the 18th. See everybody then. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. President, I would move to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Dinger, second by Commissioner Alt for adjournment. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we are done. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Sandra, for getting everything working so everybody can hear us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Very welcome.